Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about highly anticipated book releases which happened in April and May. So as you know, I was moving house and it was a bit crazy, so I didn't get a chance to tell you guys about all the books that I was really keen on that were coming out. So I think I have 9 to share with you guys and one which is a bit of drama. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first one on my list, which I have as April 7th, is Godshot by Chelsea Bieker. And this is a cult novel where we are following a main character named Lacey who lives in this very isolated cult where they kind of worship this guy who claims he can make it rain and has done so in the past. And this is a huge deal because right now their area is under this really long-lasting drought. Lacey's mother is sent on an assignment but then flees. Lacey is left to find out if she wants to go after her mother, and along the way she discovers some really dark elements involving the cult. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it sounds amazing, and also the cover is gorgeous. I believe that the in real life cover is actually gold foil, so I think that's just beautiful, and I love a good cult novel with a female main character. Next up was also out April 7th, and it is Bonds of Brass by Emily Skrutskie. You may know her from the duology The Edge of the Abyss and The Abyss Surrounds Us, which was queer sci-fi kind of pirates, which was so good. So this one I also have really high hopes for. So I'm just gonna read you the synopsis because it's super long. A young pilot risks everything to save his best friend, the man he trusts most and might even love, only to learn that he's secretly the heir to a brutal galactic empire. So I know that this deals with a flight academy and intergalactic battles and assassination plots. The cover is amazing. The idea is amazing. I already love Emily Skrutskie's writing style. I'm here for all of it. I can't wait to read it, and I hope I get to it soon. Of course, everything is closed, so I was hoping to order it at my library, but I might just have to get it on ebook, so we shall see. Next up was out April 28th, and this is Swimming in the Dark by Tomasz Jedrowski. This is one that I wouldn't normally go for. It is historical and romance. I would go for romance, queer romance, but it's historical, which is usually outside of my comfort zone. However, it says this is a story for lovers of both Garth Greenwell, who I do really like, and Andre Osman, who I haven't read his books, but I did love the movie, and I'm a sucker for it. So, all right, it says, this is set in early 1980s Poland against the violent decline of communism, a tender and passionate story of first love between two young men who eventually find themselves on opposite sides of the political divide. It sounds so good. And it's set at a summer agricultural camp, when they first fall in love, so it sounds so good. I haven't heard a lot about this at all, but I really want to get to it. And the most depressing thing for me is that I just got the notification that it came into the library, so it's waiting for me at the library. If only the library would open again. I wish there was a way to magically bring it to my house without involving any other people, because it's there, it's waiting for me, and I'm just missing it from afar. But let me know if you've read this one. I haven't heard anyone talking about it, but it sounds just so beautiful, and I just really want to read it. And then in the beginning of May, Felix Ever After by Kacen Callender came out on May 5th. I have heard that it's really great. It has super high ratings already. It has 4.5 on Goodreads, which is really high. If you haven't heard about it, it is about a black, queer, transgender person growing up, and he is trying to find his own space and see if he can find his first love. However, that sounds absolutely fantastic. However, the reason I'm a little nervous, and I would like, if you've read it or have heard about it, let me know. I know that it has, in the blurb it says a quasi-love triangle. I don't like love triangles. And then the other thing is that I'm pretty sure it involves bullying. Someone posts Felix's dead name and also their before transition photos, and I really don't like that. And then there's also, I believe, a public outing. I don't know, I'm conflicted, but it sounds really good, but I'm really scared. So if you've read it or you want to read it, let me know your thoughts down below. Also out May 5th was Stay Gold by Tobly McSmith. This is another transgender coming of age story set in high school, but a little different. So I believe that this one doesn't involve a public outing and like bullying so much as it involves someone who's trying to keep a low profile after they transitioned at their last school, but they're having a hard time with it because they might have fallen for a cisgender girl who is a cheerleader and they really want to get to know her, but it means having to deal with a lot of those issues from the past again. So again, I love the cover. I think it sounds so cute, and I'm really hopeful and waiting to hear reviews of people who have read it. So if that's you, let me know down below. Out May 19th was This Coven Won't Break, which is the second in a queer witch coven story by Isabel Sterling. So I read the first one, which is These Witches Don't Burn, and I was pleasantly surprised. There was a lot of action, there was a lot of queerness, there was a lot of witchy stuff happening, and it was just good, solid fun. And randomly, I didn't know that the second one had just come out, and it's called This Coven Won't Break. And I'm like, yes, please, sign me up. Also out May 19th was Boys of Alabama by Genevieve Hudson. Okay, so this one, the cover has got me, just got my heart in its hands. Like, this cover, I die for this cover. And it just sounds so freaking good. It's about a, I believe, German transplant who has moved from Germany and he's living in Alabama, and he's trying to navigate high school and learning about like American ways such as football and guns, like kind of cliche, but whatever. And as he's doing that, he's also trying to keep his darkest secret, which I think is that he's gay. It's not a spoiler, it's in the blurb. And he is drawn to Pan, who is the school witch, basically I think like someone who doesn't fit in very well, but then there might be some supernatural powers mixed in, and I just think, I don't know, the name Pan got me, and like, Alabama, witchcraft, boys love, like, I'm hoping that it is so good. I'm a little nervous because it has a bit of a low review on Goodreads. It has like a 3.69, I think, 6.5. And I was trying to investigate like why that might be, you know, without spoiling myself. And people said the way the author wrote a German kid in America wasn't that good, such as his accent and how he talks and things like he would and wouldn't know about America. But I don't know if that's irritating enough to throw me away from this novel, because the cover's pretty much like come hither, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be reading this very soon. Okay, and now is the time for the tea. So out on May 19th was Date Me Bryson Keller. Now, the idea of this book sounds amazing. It's basically about a guy who is under this dare where whoever asks him out first on Monday, he has to say yes to. He dates them for a week, and then at the end of the week, he breaks up with them. And this is kind of known all around the school, so then kind of as a joke, one day, this guy asks the popular guy out, and he is really surprised when the other guy accepts his offer. Years ago, I read a manga called 7 Days, which is the exact same plot. So the problem here is that I think that Kevin Van Whye, who wrote Date Me Bryson Keller, copy and pasted the exact idea from 7 Days and made his book, and then like didn't acknowledge it until people started to call him out, and then he was like, oh yeah, I was heavily inspired. But as someone who's read that manga, it's exactly the same. It's not an inspiration, it's like just really blatant. It's not a retelling, it is the exact same thing. Anyway, so I'm disappointed. I will not be reading that. If you would like to read something of that same idea, go ahead and read 7 Days. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So let's move on. The last book that I really want to talk about today is out May 26th, and it's The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. This has been on my radar ever since I saw the cover. Let's be honest, like whoever designed this, it is so good. I would like a poster of it. It should be framed. It is a masterpiece. But okay, so we are following Bieker, who basically is in fear of the blood ceremony, which is upcoming, which when they let her blood, if it runs red, she'll be normal like everyone else. If it runs gold, it's a very, very scary thing. She might be called to fight in the Emperor's army of girls like her who are near immortal beings with extremely, extremely high level powers. That just sounds amazing, and I think we all know, because the title is The Gilded Ones, that her blood's gonna be gold and all of this stuff is gonna happen. And I'm really excited. I really want to read it. It sounds absolutely wonderful. And yeah, I just cannot wait. So let me know which books you guys are looking forward to. If any of these caught your eye, if you're going to buy them, read them on ebook. Also, let me know if there are any books that I missed that you think that I would like that came out in April and May. I really do like to read books that have been released recently if I can, but you know, it's hard. Sometimes, you know, you just look at your bookshelves and it feels like your books are judging you because you're just leaving they're sitting there, they're lonely, they wish they were read. And yeah, so it's always a battle between the books I've checked out from the library, the books that I own, and then the books that I want to read right now on ebook, because it just takes one little like click of a button and then I can read them. So, you know. All right, I'm gonna say bye for now. I hope you guys are safe and doing well. I will chat to you guys in another video soon. Bye!